Hey everyone! Before we get to the video, I just want to tell you an exciting giveaway for this month, which is going to be Cyberpunk 2077. All you need to do is subscribe to this channel, like this video, turn on notification posts to stay up to date on our channel, and drop a comment down below your favorite game of all time. In one video per week, we will be putting a code on a video, and the first 10 people that found a code, message us on Facebook or on Instagram, and you will gain entry. Good luck, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, various genders from across the world, welcome to the world-famous Packcast, brought to you by the Wicked Rules Gaming, one of the best gaming companies in the entire world. I'm your host, Big Z Bear. Zubair Asghar is my actual name. Lovely to see you guys again. Firstly, most important order of business, we would like to apologize for what happened last week. There were some technical difficulties, like me being able to speak. For some reasons, we couldn't get online last week, so we apologize for that. So instead, we're going to continue on with this week, where we should have done on last week. Don't worry about it. We got the whole program planned. It will be interesting. It will be entertaining. It will be engaging.
I was scouting yesterday. It was a very long day for us in the Wolves, and we was getting a lot of new members in. So if you are a new member of Wolves and you are watching, welcome to the team. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this episode. It's going to be amazing. Let's go.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk to our two guests. One particular guest is because of the episode that we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about cosplaying, and we're going to be talking about graphic design and how it affects the gaming world. So Mr. Jester, I'm going to pass the mic over to you. I'm going to ask you to introduce our graphic designer. Please go right ahead, homie.
Brilliant. So we do have a senior graphic designer with us today. She runs the graphic design department. Her name is Danny Beach.
So I do illustration and graphic design with Wicked Wolves Gaming. I help kit the team out with things like icons, emotes, banners, all that good stuff. Just keeps people looking on brand and looking all streamlined.
Yep. And she did do my logo as well. So if you do follow my Twitch, my logo was done by Danny. Amazing work. But how did you come across in the Wolves? Like, do you stream? What games do you play? That sort of stuff. Speak to us.
I kind of picked us up through Facebook, and like my partner streams with you. I watch a lot of gaming streams and things like that. I like things like Skyrim, Legend of Zelda, Dragon Age, like anything kind of like open world fantasy, like Hi Jeff, that kind of thing. So it's something that's always been like an interest of mine.
All right, guys, how's it going? Ashton Lux here in cosplay. Since we're talking about cosplay, I figured I'd actually get in cosplay. I'm Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, if you know what that is. I did a bit of a casual version, obviously. I am the content regional manager, and I'm happy to be here.
You got to tell us, right? Because we're talking about cosplay. One thing, if guys don't know out there is a relationship between Ashton Lux and Danny Beach in that they are married. So one has to put up with the other sometimes. So it depends on what's going on today. We shan't be in the middle of that. What we need to find out is how you guys got into the cosplay game.
Oh, well, I've been cosplaying personally for like more than, I think it's 12 years now.
Yeah.
So
wow.
A long ass time. And I met Danny through cosplay, in fact. Well, it was a bit of both. We obviously hung out in the same town, but she ended up cosplaying as well. We cosplayed together at London MCM. I think that's right. As Kirito
that was our first one, yeah.
Yeah, and that was kind of like, I guess how I fell in love with you as well. It's kind of gay.
Oh, was that your first date?
Essentially, yeah. Yeah,
that's kind of sweet. That is.
Oh, it's adorable. Yeah. Were you Cloud or was she Tifa? What's going on? No, Aries.
Do you know what Sword Art Online is?
Who?
Sword Art Online, the anime.
Sword Art, yeah, and I know of it. I've not watched it. Yeah.
We did Kirito and Asuna, which are the two main characters, and they get married in the game as well. So it's I actually did like, it's gonna sound really gay, but we're going with it. And when we went back to MCM 3 years later, I actually proposed to her with Kirito and Asuna's rings. It's like a commemorative thing.
That is awesome.
It's really gay, yeah. I did it at the con and it was really cool. So
Yeah.
Oh, come on. That is amazing. So you look at that, ladies and gentlemen, the power of cosplay. The power of cosplay
Yeah.
brings people together. It's amazing. Anyway, I was talking about the amazing thing about the video gaming world and the cosplay world. How nowadays they kind of like almost like teeth in gears. They go one in hand. In the
Yeah.
beginning, it wasn't the case, was it? Because cosplay kind of existed, but video gaming culture wasn't as strong. It was kind of like one thing, and cosplay was purely kind of like an anime thing or even a cult movie thing. Am I right when it comes to that?
actually, like, well, sorry, Danny, if I'm talking over you, but like, yeah, it's a I think
Typical
it's
married
kind of
couple.
when we started a long time ago. Well, when I started, it was like sci-fi was separate, games was separate, anime was separate. But like, you get cons like now, like SunnyCon, where it's just called like an expo, and London MCM and stuff like that, and they all incorporate everything. Like they do the masses and do sci-fi, the games, the lot. It's everything mixes now. But back then it was really like old-fashioned, I guess.
Yeah, the cultures the cultures were massively different.
Yeah.
And if you look at it now, you look at the fact of when like I've played a LAN event, went to a LAN event, loads of cosplayers. Look at League of Legends.
Yeah.
And the fact that you showed me one of the K-pop group, and they had cosplayers in front of them dancing, and it was crazy to see. And that's coming obviously onto the big stage now, and you never know. Down the line, you might have Call of Duty do it. You might have Overwatch doing it. You might have them all doing it because it's starting to come together. We'll come to you last, so you can think about who you'd cosplay.
Geez, I've never actually thought about it. So yeah, we'll have to ask me later.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, but then I'm just hiding my face. I might as well just go as a freaking Arab. Just go put on the thing and just hide my face. Oh, I'm an assassin. I will assassinate you with my sarcasm and my horrible wit. That's awesome.
Oh, this is a good one.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Oh, that's actually quite interesting.
You've
The
got
new God of War, right?
You've got to learn the boy.
Boy.
Hey,
I got the voice, but I haven't got a voice as awesome as his.
Read it, boy.
He's got a ridiculously amazing voice. You know, they pitched it perfectly. Have you guys seen the video where they make him do dad jokes?
Yes.
It's hilarious.
It's been on my YouTube feed. It is one I like to watch.
I'm sorry. I'm dad. It's just so out of character. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Can it go on? Speak to me. Who is your favorite to cosplay as?
I think my favorite one I've done so far was Star Guardian Ari from League of Legends.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It looked boss, by the way. She had the tails and everything. It was. That's really cool.
It is very, very cool.
There she
Hey, we have it. Who's this?
There you go.
Who's this, Danny? Who's this?
You look good.
I enjoyed that one. I didn't enjoy the shoes. The shoes were impossible.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just marketing there. Everybody buy a Wicked Wolf t-shirt. But yeah, that's amazing. That is genuinely amazing. You don't look the same person. You look like the character.
It's the power of makeup.
How long did that take? Like, that's what I want to know.
That was actually, I bought that one.
Well, you bought it off somebody who made it. Yeah.
But you'd have to do the makeup, right? And everything. And you'd have to, fit it on perfectly, right? That still took time.
The makeup and the wig and stuff I did myself.
Mm. That must have took an hour or so.
Yeah.
At the very least.
We're usually waiting for Danny on the morning.
Yeah.
It's that's typical anyway with women. What are you talking about? That's never mind cosplay.
So
sexism at work. Sorry.
The question is, how long did it take you to get ready today?
Me. And honestly, because I screwed up my scar on my head. Again, cosplay doesn't always go to plan, but you can always fix it. I don't know, like an hour.
Wow.
I had to do the wig as well. I had to cut the wig today. I basically made this
commitment.
Today.
I myself, if I was to cosplay, would it's not going to shock these people, but I'd probably go for Negan from Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I see that.
Got to get that done.
Got the whistle. I can get a bat. That's easy. Leather jacket. Everybody knows the famous line from Negan. I've got a leather jacket. This is my Bat Lucille. My nutsack is made of steel. We all know
God
that.
is so cool. Yes, that is so cool.
I've just seen down there that Josh said Barrett Wallace from Final Fantasy VII, and I'm down for that. That you'd see that.
Oh yeah, yes,
Barrett
I did
is
think
so
of
good.
that, and I forgot about it. What we'll do is we'll talk a little bit about something interesting about the word cosplay. I don't know if you guys know the history of the actual word cosplay. I read up about it. It was actually, funnily enough, coined by a Japanese dude, Nobuyuki Takashahi, and 40. I deserve a gold medal just pronouncing his name right. He was in Los Angeles.
F's in chat for that one. F's in chat. Well done, too, Ben.
Thank you so much. Thank you. 1984. Think about it, man. Back in 1984, and it was supposed to generally be, this is the amazing thing about Japanese, even though it's so far flung from English, they somehow managed to adapt back and forth sometimes. So he used the term cosplay, which roughly translates to cosplay. Because you can't use the word that they were using, what was it called? Mannequins or something like that, masquerade. It just didn't work in Japanese.
Yeah.
And hence, a term was born and it's lived forever, and it's dictated a large portion of people's lives.
What would you say your favorite convention is for cosplay?
SunnyCon.
SunnyCon, yeah.
Why is that?
Honestly, we know the convention, the owners very well, and it's not because of that. It's the idea that they've got probably the most well-balanced con I've ever been to. The parties are good, the panels are good, the guests are good, the games are good, the cosplay is good, the anime is good, the shops that are there. I could never have asked for a better convention. Like, London is good, don't get me wrong, but I think because I'm biased to my northern lot, and being up in Newcastle, it's one of the best conventions that I've seen. It's 3 days as well, and it's so long. Wow. And other people will agree. Jeff's got you there. The other cosplayers will agree. I don't know. I'm very biased.
You know what? We've hit the half-hour mark, and we need to talk. There you go, Jon Snow. That actually works.
I could probably do that.
You don't know anything, Jon Snow. That'll be amazing. And there's a Josh Edwards here has said Rumble, League of Legends.
Yes.
I think that's what he would do.
I'll help you make that, Josh. I'll help you make it. I'll help you do that.
Okay, Josh Edwards. Rumble from League of Legends. That'll be.
Let's see what people would cosplay as, should we? So Shot's coming with Edward Scissorhands.
That's amazing. I would not have put that together for you.
An amputee who goes to MCM every now and again who has cosplayed as the Black Knight from it.
Does he go around saying, all right, we'll call it a draw?
Yeah. All of it.
I already love the guy. I've not met him. I love him. Awesome. Wow, that's it. It's like the kid who did the Mad Max one, right? That's amazing. Yeah. There we go.
So for the people obviously that are interested in potentially going into cosplay, or they don't know where to get started, what would your guys' pro tips be?
Oh, pro tips. Honestly, straight and simple. Like, if you like a character that much, do it anyway. Like, just go out and get the stuff. Start first, and like if you do fail and don't do very well in your first couple, keep going because you'll get better. Like, it's a skill at the end of the day. So keep practicing. It's all it's took for me. Like 12 years ago, I looked like something. It wasn't this. So just keep going. And just, if you've got friends who do it or anyone else, or even just ask people online, I don't mind getting a message for help. If you want help with the wig, I don't mind giving you advice, and neither do half the cosplayers. We're a good community. So man.
Jump in, dive in, right? That's the beautiful thing about your cosplay community. I know no one's pointing out each other, you look like crap. And if it's the one guy that does that, you kick his ass and send him on his way. 99.9% y'all love each other, even if it's a guy just put on a wig. You started cool. Here, do this next time or something.
Yeah. That's completely correct. Like, it was our big thing about cosplayers. You can never do it wrong. It doesn't matter what skin color, like, it doesn't matter what gender. You can do whatever you want. If you want to do a male Sailor Moon, you come in and do a male Sailor Moon. Like, if you want to be Black Naruto, you can be. It doesn't matter what happens. Like, you can be what you want to be. That's what cosplay is about, is being your character that you love so much and the games that you love so much. It's kind of the point.
Awesome.
When you get a content creator or just somebody generally just coming to you and saying, I need this, Where do you find your inspiration? I can't even speak.
Where'd you find your word? Where'd you find your English language? Go ahead.
So basically, the first thing you kind of want to start off with is where they kind of want their brand to go. Everyone who's kind of coming at the streaming thing, they're essentially putting themselves forward as an influencer. So they've got to sell what kind of like recurring themes they are in the games they're playing. If they have specific games that they play, that's usually a good starting point, because that's where people will kind of find the common basis for.
We did something. I asked Danny to do a couple design for me. So having what she said there, I've had a similar. I mean, my sister was in marketing, so that's why I have an ounce of an idea of what she's talking about, what Danny talks about. I said to her, I asked her that, you know, if she could do some sort of image of mine, and we could use it for exposure, so that we could put it out there so everybody could know exactly, you know, her skills and everything, and give her some exposure points. And this was the image she made for me. Go ahead, Jaster.
Before we do that, though,
okay, go ahead.
I was thinking about this just as you were speaking there, and a big aspect coming into obviously graphic design as we speak, and a lot of content creators are using is Fiverr.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So the one thing you've got to be careful on, because you can find people on there for $2. You've got to think of the quality, and that leads up to this. So
right. Thank you. Very good point, Jason. Thank you very much for bringing that up. So when I paid this lady in exposure points, we got this guy here.
Can we just
we were
appreciate
joking. Yeah.
It looks like something from Family Guy, which is like an Asian Popeye.
And this is when we actually paid her. Look at this, guys. This is bloody amazing. She made it for me a while ago. I didn't want to debut it until it came on the cast to show everybody her skills. She did that in a few hours, if that. And only the reason why it took a few hours is because I was at work and she kept on asking me what she wanted to do. But guys, just look at that. I am flattered. She made her look amazing. She made her look awesome. Imagine what she can do for you. This is, by the way, not exposure points. I actually paid her money. And, right? So this thing where people say with exposure points, I want us to be pioneers of that as well. Don't be dissing your artists. Don't be disrespecting people who put their life in there. It took her a few hours, but it took her a lifetime to get to a point where we could you make it for a few hours, right? I'm sure you must have faced crap like that all the time. Am I right, Danny?
Yeah. The big thing I kind of tend to put forward is like, we can't pay our bills with exposure. We can't eat with exposure. This is the kind of, like, fair enough, something like this might only take me a few hours to do, but it's taken me countless hours to like learn the techniques, to pay for the equipment. You know, I still have to pay things like for my software, for my programs, for my hardware, computer maintenance, internet. I can't do what I do if I don't get paid for it.
Exactly, right? It's like freaking athletes. You can't freaking pay athletes with a round of applause. How are they going to freaking feed themselves to work the damn game, right? So you need all the equipment available there. Look at that. Look how sexy that is.
The thing with graphics and gaming is you cannot have games without your artists. Without artists, you like, even from a marketing standpoint, to the environments, to the modeling, to the animating, literally every single aspect of that. You've got the technical side, which is the programming and everything, and then you've got the artists. That would be, I mean, you can't have a video game with just a vague concept of, I want a thing that shoots things. You've got to have your environment, you've got to have your atmosphere. And I mean, that goes for so many different creative like avenues. Basically, you've got sound designers, you've got animators, you've got concept artists, even people who do things like the particle effects and things like that. That's all come from an artistic background and from a graphic design background.
Obviously, you're a content manager within Wolves.
Yes.
How is it like when you're looking at, say, potentially somebody's stream, because obviously you're big on obviously helping people's content. You want to make sure that they're entertaining. You want to make sure that they're getting the views, they're getting the follows. What is it from a graphical standpoint that you look at with that stream? Because it is very important within content creation.
Honestly, I kind of look at what they're doing on the stream themselves, whether they're talking, they're on video, and go, right, these seem like this type of person. And if the art all matches them as well, it kind of like, it pops to me. You know what I mean? Like with mine, it's all like, magic and the wolves and the cat and like it's all my type of fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
And when I go see other people, it's the same thing. If they've got a big logo that represents the games they play, their personality, like, and it's all streamlined, like it's really nice to look at and to watch, especially like because you're like, oh, their personality is really like batting off the art, and their artist clearly has done a good job. Like it's really good to have as a content creator because it pops out to people when you're watching them. It's not just about, I think with a content creator, what people get mistaken there, it's just you and your personality that gets through everything. And I'm like, it's not, it's the way you play the game. Like, relax, guys, just have some fun, get some good art out there that represents you, and like all them together kind of make a content creator, as well as like your fans as well.
But this is her page, and I'll show you so all of you guys can go. Honestly, go and drop her a follow. If you guys want some work doing, like this one,
yeah,
is incredible. It's
yeah.
This is one that was done for Josh Edwards. I'm pretty certain.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
But you, yeah, go on, explain.
So I do a lot of, a lot of where I've kind of come from has been like fantasy and D&D illustrations. So this is actually a commission.
Cool.
Someone's D&D character.
Wow, that's what I thought. I couldn't recognize it, but somebody's asked you to do that. That's amazing.
Hi, me.
Hi, me.
Ashen. And then there's loads.
Damn! She got junk in the trunk. Sorry. She's Colombian. That's why. You know what I'm talking about. Who's fed up there? Is that someone else who paid you in exposure points?
No, that's actually that's a cartoon of our friend's D&D character because we all play D&D, and he's just done with the group.
He's fed up with this crap. Can we just win the game, for God's sakes?
Yeah.
No, that's incredible.
My Sailor Moon one, yeah.
That looks like a wallpaper. Like it's incredible. Just the fact that like stuff like this, like look at the detail in the eyes, like.
Hey, actually, you know what? You reminded me of something, Danny. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
I heard it's amazing. Just looking at those eyes there, it reminds me of this thing I heard once with guys who actually draw the animes. They have a significant budget dedicated to the eyes. Yeah. Am I correct in hearing that? Like a 20-30% or something ridiculous?
It's the same with fine art and conservation, things like that. When we look at something that we kind of identify as the human face, the first thing we draw to is the eyes. It's the same reason why we kind of make eye contact with people when we have conversations. So if that's going to be kind of like the first thing you look at, you want that to really pop. You want that to be the thing that people kind of remember.
But where did you? Obviously, like you said, you was a cartoon, you was an anime fan. Did you know right away that you was going to go into that, or?
I've always kind of drawn and things like that. I remember being, I must have been like in primary school, and like I'd draw like my favorite characters from things like Beyblade and like Shaman King and things like that. And then as I got older, I started getting more into graphic novels and things like that. I think a big turning point for me was I read, it was the New 52 Batwoman comics. I remember being really kind of like struck by the art style and that. And then I got into things like Saga and the Lumberjanes and things like that, and kind of expanded a lot on where my influences came from there.
Are you ready for me to share my screen, Ash?
I'm scared. No.
You look so young.
You look like a kid. He's adorable. I want to pinch your cheeks.
I got a GoPro for the first time.
Oh, well, yeah, we can tell. You're using it to its full ability.
Yeah. I used to film conventions, tell people how it is. Just do a music video around it as well until YouTube copyrighted me.
Trust YouTube.
Yep.
God damn. We did a volleyball anime there, actually.
We did, yeah.
There's Danny in the background with the grey hair.
Yeah.
Hiding in the back. Yeah, we see her.
There,
hiding. Please don't film me.
Hi, younger Danny.
Essentially.
Was this after you fell in love or before?
After, I think, because I think I make out with her on this. We went together here, but I make out with him and her in the same video.
Oh, adorable! It's funny how it brings
randomly lick somebody's face. Yeah.
Don't. Yeah, it's for you.
Yes, it is for me, right? I prefer Kratos. I wish Barrett was an option now because I'm leaning more towards Barrett now after all that.
Kratos or Dom? Quickly, let's go.
Yep, Kratos. We got another guy saying Kratos, so it looks like Kratos wins. I have to work out my 6-packs now too, and learn how to learn a boomerang and axe as well.
There you go. Everybody's putting Kratos. So there you go, Zubair. If you was to cosplay Kratos, it is for you.
It would have to be Kratos, yeah, because I got the hair and everything, and the beard, and I can make the personality.
But there we go. That's the episode for this week, guys. Thank you very much for attending. My name's Jester. That's Big Z-Bear. That's Ashton Lux, and that is Denny Start. Thank you very much. Next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.